The easiest way I find to make this granola is to gather all of my ingredients beforehand. For this recipe, I used about 3.5 cups of rolled oats, about a half cup of peanuts, about a half cup of roasted almonds, another half cup of coconut shreds, and around a half cup of raisins. You can change those up as well as substitute those with any ingredients you like. And then you're going to want to grab some cinnamon as well. I used around 2 teaspoons in this recipe. You're going to want to get about 3 tablespoons to 6 tablespoons of honey or maple syrup. You could even use agave if you wanted as well. And then finally, you're going to want to grab some butter or coconut oil and another 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Here's what I'm currently trying to do. I'm trying to find a way to get my camera set up so I can film downwards because I'm the only one home right now. And this is probably going to be a regular occurrence. So, I need to figure this shit out. Okay, so I'm just going to put everything in this bowl. Really, it's a super basic recipe. Basically just add it all in. Just added some rolled oats, not quick oats. The rolled oats I find get a little bit crispier and they're just so delicious. Then we're adding in whole peanuts as well as some whole roasted almonds. And then we're also going to add in just some raisins here. I don't personally love raisins, but they do add a nice sweet taste once you've baked this. I'm just gonna add some coconut shreds as well. And I'll leave the chocolate chips till it has been baked. Then I'm just gonna want to use some vanilla extract, and usually use about 1 to 2 teaspoons depending on how much of the base ingredients I have. So since I'm using quite a few this time, normally I would use 2 cups of rolled oats, and there's about 3 in here. So I'm just going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla as well, just to add a bit more flavor. And I just have some cinnamon. So cinnamon. This is definitely a personal preference. I'm using a tablespoon scoop, but I'm just kind of sprinkling some in. About a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons. I might actually add some more vanilla. And you just need a little pinch of salt. There we go. And then some honey is the last one. So we need 3 to 6 tablespoons of honey, and this is just our local honey here. Delicious. Sold at the grocery store too, which is incredible. So grateful. Pure Nova Scotia honey. And another heaping one there. if you don't want to use honey, maybe you're vegan or you just can't have honey, I would suggest using maple syrup or even agave. Maple syrup would probably work a bit better just in terms of sweetness. It's dangerous, but definitely you can mix that up for sure. Same with all of the ingredients inside. You could take out almonds, you could take out peanuts if you have an allergy, switch it with cashews, switch it with really anything, and it will, you know, still be delicious. Honestly, every time I make it, I think it's different. So, now that we have all of that in here, I'm just gonna give it a big stir. It's going to get a little sticky, a little hard to mix, and this is where the oil comes in. So you're going to want to melt down about 3 tablespoons of coconut oil or butter. Personal preference there as well, so if you have any inclination to one, definitely feel free to use that one. Mainly just helps it get the bottom really crispy and get the kind of chunks of granola stuck together. Delicious. Okay. The butter's melted. I'm just gonna add that. Spatula. Last bit. Butter really helps it just get coated a bit too. Just a bit easier. I threw in a little spoon in here too. It's gonna happen, but it's working. I wish you guys could see this. Let's see. All right, so here we are, ready to spread it onto our baking tray and pop it in the oven. And we have that just going at 350. Here we go. Now here's what we are working with. We're just gonna pop that in the oven now. As you can see, I make quite a mess when I cook, but I find it's more fun that way. I'm just gonna put that on the top shelf there. We're gonna bake that for 23 minutes in total, but you're going to want to check it every about 9 minutes and give it a turn. And you're just gonna want to take it out when it gets to be a golden / darkish brown. And that'll make it a bit crispy as well. So, get this out of here. Alright, so here we go. Here is our finished product. And then I'm gonna add in the chocolate chips once it cools down. And then we usually just store it in these mason jars here, and we can just snack on it all throughout the week. I'm just filling a mason jar with granola. As you can see, I put a layer of chocolate chips at the bottom. And then I'm just gonna give it a shake and mix the chocolate in a bit more. Usually end up filling at least one mason jar, so a liter, at least a half as well, another half. So 2 liters sometimes. But my partner's at work right now, so I'm trying to get this done. He loves this granola, which I'm so thankful for because it is such an easy, healthy snack I can make. Yeah, when he gets off work, he can just take this snack while he's playing his games or doing something. His videos. And just, yeah, just feels a little better than just going for it's a little more healthy. And to that. Get down to this last bit here. If you feel like risking it, you can. I'm just gonna dump it in. Only I'm able to do this usually after I've gotten over a good chunk. Oh, let's see if I still any. There it is. Oh god. This is why my kitchen is so messy when I'm cooking. But I'd rather have fun than worry about the mess. Perfect. Yeah, you definitely want to try and avoid the same mistake that I just made. I didn't mix it when I had half of the granola in, so most of the chocolate chips are stuck to the bottom, but it'll be a delicious treat after. We have 2 jars already. Ooh, they're warm. Just gonna leave these here, the tops off, just until they're fully cool.